Shit's hitting the fan right now, and I thought Kaiju number 9 would be hiding while sending out his troops, but he seems to be right there waiting on Kaiju number 8 to pop up, while the others are getting absolutely destroyed by specialized Kaiju. Let's take a look at this episode and experience the carnage together. This week's Kaiju number 8 episode is titled Second Wave, and it adapted the rest of chapters 75 to 78. However, this episode is a little bit all over the place. Once we get to chapter 78, we skip all the way to chapter 80 and 81, and then from there to further on chapters, which means that I won't count any of these pages. And that also means we've got a whole lot of skipped content that we'll probably cover in the next few episodes to come. But I know the real question on your mind. What did this episode do differently from its manga counterpart? Let's find out. Nothing like a good old kaiju slaughtering to start the day off right, and this episode did just that, showing Mina and her new anti-kaiju railgun named Kronos, after the Greek god Titan, father of Zeus himself. And like an all-powerful god, she rains down hellfire on these kaijus from miles away, as illustrated by the last 5 pages of chapter 75. All the while enjoying a sip of water or smoothie in between shots, and not as consecutive as the anime might make it out to seem. We did skip a panel of this guy, who I refuse to learn his name, talking about if they had her power back in the day, maybe they could have saved some of the Kaiju class defense force members, probably Kikoru's mother. Anyways, by the time she gets to the 3rd round, we get to the events of chapter 76, where they start getting the upper hand over the Kaiju, but sense something is wrong. In the anime, it shows Kaiju number 9 in an abandoned building or something, but in the manga, he's on top of a structure looking down on these ants as they squirm about. It's all a part of his plan, so he reveals Kaijus number 11 to 15, all stationed to kill some of the most powerful Dai Kaiju class humans, which would close out the chapter, except that Kafka here was thinking about the logistics of cleaning up all of these blood and guts from all the dead Kaiju, a hazard of his previous job of course. And I really feel you on this, my dude. I was thinking the exact same thing, because living in this world would be shitty and crazy expensive. After a very intimidating murderous sneeze, Kaiju number 15 shows that she's all about the work, as she gets to work on trying to kill Kikoru, which tips everyone off to the fact that this is all a part of Kaiju number 9's plan to murder them. Chapter 78 not only shows the threat that Kikoru is up against, but also shows that the comms division also recognizes that this Kaiju looks like her. So we skipped about 3 pages of manga content here, which also shows Kikoru ordering a 500 meter of containment field so that no other interference comes into their fight, especially from straggler Kaiju. And this thing is far outclassing Kikoru in every step. But this is about where the anime ends their coverage of the fight, but the manga actually continues. In fact, it continues through to chapter 80 from 78. Funny enough, it only sticks to her fight. It doesn't switch back and forth between everyone else like the anime would show you. I guess I could understand that, as every one of them is supposed to be fighting all at the same time, so it's really good that the anime interlaces these scenes to show you that the threat level for everyone is pretty much the same and not just Kikoru fighting. But with that said, we jump all the way to chapter 81, showing the others as they struggle against their own Kaiju. I've never before seen a jump like this, and it kind of threw me off for a bit. I really didn't want to spoil myself on how any of these fights went, so I had to like close my eyes and tap left, you know? We jump a few chapters from 78 to 81 and 82. 81 showing the others struggling against their Kaiju, Captain Narumi and Hoshina mainly. Mina was nowhere to be seen except for a quick flash in the anime. And then we get this guy monologuing that the Kaiju are studying them, which ends the chapter, and we leap over to chapter 82, showing Captain Narumi's platoon leader, Shinomi, fighting against Kaiju number 13, and she gets absolutely wrecked. The anime didn't show her backstory though, which the manga did. I don't believe the anime will ever show it, as she's not like a main character, so you know. But yeah, she was interested all along in Captain Narumi recognizing her strength, as that's all he does. And then suddenly she got the opportunity of a lifetime to be granted platoon leader. This gave her the strength to keep fighting no matter what, and to one day rise up to become vice captain. She did get an amazing fight until she got absolutely wrecked, and Kafka had to come rescue her. But hey, I really appreciate it, you know? But this was all a part of Kaiju number 9's plan, and now that Kafka has revealed himself, it's time for the real fight to get on. A really stellar episode, I must tell you. A very incredible episode. The manga went crazier. I can't wait to see next episode. I think next episode is supposed to be the last for this season, and then we have to wait until season 3. Oh well, either way, I think I enjoyed this particular episode more than all the others. I don't know why. Something about this episode had that little sauce on it, you know? Anyways, leave a comment below letting me know what was your favorite scene in this whole entire season so far, and this episode if you'd like. Leave a like on your way out. Subscribe to the channel as it helps out me. I've been your host, Kyle. Stay safe out there, V Nation. Peace out.